correctly. Everyone's typing chat off here. Welcome to Game 1. This is a best of 5. Let me turn team colors off. This is a best of 5 between Tyrant and Finland and Battle of Africa. Each team won their first set of matches. When you get to 3 wins, you advance out of the group stage. When you get 3 losses, you're kicked out of the group stage. So it's very important they continue to win here. It's very important for Finland to show themselves at this stage, I think, because everyone favors Tyrant. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. First map then is going to be Dust. Dust is like Arabia, except there's no hills and you don't start with berries. So that means if you are lamed and you can see scouts running out now to steal resources. Oh, this could be so bad for Doubt. Well, fortunately for Doubt, he's going to get all of his goats in. But anyway, if you lose your resources, you're in trouble. We have Zupi on the flank, in the blue, playing as Teutons. The Lee's his pocket, playing as Vietnamese in the orange. In the teal, we have the Max, playing as Turks. This is the Finland's team. In the... Oh, and already Jordan looks like has stolen a boar. It's so crazy how early they try and lame. Jordan's flank for his team in the purple has stolen the elephant, rather, from the Max. Nice start. He's Ethiopians, Viper's pocket, Malians in the yellow. Great to have Viper's pocket, and then Doubt is playing as Khmer in the red. So, my apologies that the introductions are so crazy to start off these games, but it's because of the lames. And, oh, here we go. I heard the elephant. Zupi did end up stealing an elephant from Doubt, so we have one Tyrant player down an elephant, one Finland player down an elephant to start. You know, if you get lamed on Arabia, then you have berries, and you can send extra villagers to berries to make up for the food loss. If you get lamed on Dust, then you're in... It's tough. You almost always have to build farms, and that's a much slower form of food income. And this elephant, not the best lure, but good steal from Zupi. Didn't lose a lot of HP on the scout either. I just want to look at the situation here for Max, because this will be a worrying situation. He has one elephant, of course, but yeah, he doesn't have any goats. Looks like Jordan has also stolen goats, and because of the lames, Finland in Game 1 has chosen their restart. They've used their only restart for the best of 5. So you have a restart if you have a bad start with losing a villager to an elephant, or you don't like your map, or you get lamed in this case. And you have to call that before the 4-minute mark. And because of the aggressive laming, mainly from Jordan, I'd say, Max was probably saying, I had an awful start here. We actually need to use our restart, and they've done it. So whatever happens in the future, Finland has to live with it. Well played, Jordan, indeed. Now, this map is so tough because lames decide so much. On other maps, you can get away, you can come back because you have the berries. But Tyrant forced that restart, which is a big deal. So it's still 0-0, obviously. They're going to restart same map and also the same civilizations. The player positions might be different. You don't know. They restarted because Viper got pocket and Max did not. That could be another element to it. That could definitely be another element to it. We don't know why. They didn't say it in the game room. They don't have to say it in the game room. But we'll just restart this here shortly. So now I can thank Noel Versio. Noel Versio, thank you for the 25, man. That's awesome. He said, good luck, Swi, Finland. Yeah, he's rooting for Finland. Correct. Chessication, there's one restart per best of 5. And in Game 1, Finland used theirs. So this means that Tyrant might be even more aggressive on the lane because they know that Finland can't do anything about it. Wouldn't surprise me anyway. Samba, welcome to the stream, man. Game's about to start for you. Can you explain the pocket thing? Yeah, Marco, I'll explain that as well. Guys, I'm going to do my very best to cast this to people who've been in the community for 2 years and understand some things, and people who are just getting back into it. So I'm always trying to appeal to both. So whatever side you're on, going to do my best here. Happy to have you guys watching. That's the challenge. The challenge is not knowledge. The challenge is not talking about what you know. The challenge for me is to explain it to everybody when everyone's coming from different backgrounds. Okay, guys, welcome. This is game 1 between Finland and Tyrant. I want to quickly introduce the players. I was just saying to the stream how we will likely see lames here. We have Zupi in the blue playing as the Teutons. You see his scout going out. He's going to try and steal resources. Now, it's worth noting that there's Vietnamese for Valise on Finland team, and so he just signaled where Doubt's TC is. And that's a Vietnamese bonus. So Zupi in the blue, in the teal pocket we have the Max playing as the Turks, in the orange we have Valise playing as the Vietnamese. And Jordan also running forward. He's the flank for Tyrant. He's running forward with his scout. Pocket is the Viper playing as Malians for Tyrant. And then in the reds we have Doubt playing as the Khmer in the flank. So far one goat has been stolen here. Still trying to watch both sides. All the focus will be on the lames at the start. Because on this map, which is called Dust, you do not have berries. If you lose goats, if you lose elephants, it can be trouble. Doubt is going to chase Zupi away. And Jordan might be able to snag this boar from Valise. And Valise, I know I say boar out of habit. It's an elephant. Valise might steal this. So since there's not too much action right now, well, hold on. Zupi might get this elephant. He's so close to seeing it. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. Since there's not too much laming going on, I'll explain the pocket positions. The pocket simply means you're in the middle of your team. So you're normally further away from the action. You look at the minimap, you see how far Max is from everyone else and how far Viper is from everyone else. It's a little bit further. Now, on these maps, because they're so aggressive, we'll probably see the pocket position, instead of going for fast casual, go for a form of feudal aggression like scouts. And Turks is actually quite a good pocket civ for Max in the teal. Viper has one of the best civs in the game in Malians. Now, I don't think any elephants were stolen, so this is pretty even. You see, Zupi still has his elephant here, can lure in his zebra for food, has what I believe is all of his goats and Doubt's goat, unless Doubt was able to get it back. I don't think so. Doubt has his elephants as well. So, I don't think Finland will have any complaints. If you're watching this on YouTube, they used their restart at the very beginning of the last game because of the lames from Tyrant, but everything seems solid now. So in this case, you want to build your mill on the zebras instead of on berries. And Jordan will get his elephant as well. So with that being said, let's look at the civ matchups. We have Valise. Vietnamese is a really good flank civilization. Wouldn't surprise me to see him going into archers, especially because his gold's on the back. Already starting the nice little house wall on the front. So probably see archers from him. Maybe man-at-arms into archers. You have Jordan, an arguably better archer civ, because while they don't have as much HP as Vietnamese archers do, they fire faster, and Ethiopians, they get an extra 100 food and gold when they hit feudal age. Look at the other side then, we have Teutons for Zupi. A civ that lacks bonuses, except for towers in the early game, but same with Khmer. Khmer might not be a tower rush civ, but the only thing they have going for them is they don't have to build the barracks before their archer ranges or their stables or whatever Doubt might go with. Doubt's golds are more exposed and on the front though. So luckily the flanks for Finland have back resources. So luckily we have this fancy overlay. It shows the statistics here. You can see no one has lost any villagers yet, which is, well, normally good at this level. You don't want to be losing villagers to those elephants. And now you see Loom coming in for Viper, which means he's probably researching Loom to get the Vil armor prior to clicking up the Feudal. So from pocket, Viper will go for Feudal pressure. Let's see what Finland's will do with Max. Looks like Max will do the same here. Will be a bit slower, but he'll probably click up to Feudal Age here himself. Max. Max. That was a little bit slow, but he's clicked up to Feudal. So he's gone up with an extra villager, and he is 45 seconds behind Viper. But yes, everyone clicking up. Now Finland's slightly behind in those up times. You could see the times there. all ahead on each side for Tyrant. Let's see how it goes. Pretty sure it's archers for Valise, and yep, here he goes. Probably archers for Zupi. I'm not 100% sure though. Teuton's kind of a scout civ, and yeah, he'll go archers. Doubt will be going archers as well. And Jordan on the other Tyrant flank has 1 on gold, because that's all he'll need to start with for Ethiopians. No barracks yet, so it will be archers for him as well. So I will say Jordan, his map is really good for walls. On a map that's very open, him walling here and building his archery ranges here makes his base almost perfect for the start anyway. We would just have to worry about this side, but Viper will be going scouts. Viper can help either side. Now, this is when the teamwork comes into play. Jordan, Doubt, and Viper, they've played together for years. Same with the Finland team. Now, if Tato is involved, I'd say that Tato doesn't have that communication yet with Viper and co. Because he just joined Tyrant and just started playing games with them. Does Viper go to Doubt? Well, Doubt's probably telling Viper either yes or no to that. And same to Jordan. If Viper makes 3 scouts, for example, send it towards Zupi. Zupi defends from that. And then the 3 scouts, or however many scouts from Max, ends up going to Jordan. And there's a 2v1. Then it could be tough. And that's what makes 3v3s aggressive. But since they're both all the flanks are going archers, it'll take some time for the numbers to mass. And I think all the focus will be on where the pockets go in a minute. Now Zupi has his starting scout, and he's just going to annoy Doubt. Just annoy him. Force Doubt to send the archers this way, maybe distract. I like the scout movement. We saw the same from Valise here a moment ago. He was in between the ranges from Jordan, but Jordan will wall that off. And Jordan's scout also here. These players are so good, guys. Max, like I said earlier, Viper says he's one of the best pockets in the world, and he's getting all the walls up. Viper doesn't have near as many walls, so he's a bit more exposed. You see the teal scouts now. Max running towards Jordan's side, and you see Viper coming towards Zupi. So forcing some spears from Zupi. And of course, if Doubt is going... Oh, Doubt trying to pick off that villager. She was pretty high HP. It's interesting he did that. But anyway, since Doubt's going archers, if Doubt arrives here, he can kill these spears that Zupi's using to defend from Viper. So a lot of pressure on Zupi at the moment. Remember, Jordan's walled. This is looking very good for Tyrant. They're going to kill a villager. Doubt even using his weak scout to help out. Now Max is coming over to help. Definitely a stronger start for Tyrant. Remember, Viper hit Feudal Age faster. Viper has scouts faster. And Doubt loses his scout now, but it was on low HP anyway. Max was a little bit late to join the party, but it's 5 scouts for both of the pockets now. Max in the teal, Viper in the yellow. And Doubt is sending in his archers, just not getting fletching. He is ahead of Zupi with that upgrade. And then over on this side, we have Jordan and we have Valise fighting. Both, well, actually, fletching for Valise, but Jordan's running away anyhow, so it shouldn't be a big issue. So, still pretty close game. 1 villager down. 1 villager, 1 scout down. Like, Doubt got the kill, and he got the loss. Same for Zupi. 1 villager's not going to change things too much, but Doubt does have a few more villagers working for him at the moment. There's a lot of archers here for Doubt. Every bit of HP is important for these units. And, oof, Zupi taking a loss there. Again, all adds up. You guys have seen it before. And now the question is, do you get scout upgrades? Does Viper stop creating scouts so he can get to Castle Age faster because Doubt seems to be doing well? It's always very hard to judge. And they're good at judging it. That's why they're professionals. And Bloodline's just researched now for Max, which is going to take his scouts from 45 to 65 HP. And Finland looking to take an engagement now. So Doubt has to micro. Viper has to keep his units in front. Viper's getting Bloodlines later, so he doesn't want to fight this. But he does have a few more numbers. Let's see if Zupi can connect with these shots. Now, honestly, it doesn't feel like Zupi has been able to get too many good shots off on Viper's scouts. Killed a few Doubt archers. And now Viper will be getting bloodlines with a few more units, so I think Finland will be pushed back here in a moment. Viper committed to a lot more scouts than Max did. You see how there's no teal running forward? Now on the other side, just realizing this, Jordan's gotten trapped. His army has gotten trapped here. The quick wall from Valise killed all of Jordan's army. He's at 5 military, it's 10 for Valise. Oh, but Viper commits here with bloodlines and scale barding. He just got scale barding armor on his scouts. Max hoping to get to Castle Age faster. Again, this comes back to what I said. It's so tough in a 3v3, you just don't know what they're making. So Viper's gone for the safer option, has created more units, gotten the upgrades, and this is disaster now for Finland, because Zupi's way behind. And it's not like Max can catch up with the scout numbers. He's on 1 military, Viper's on 9. He can't catch up easily. So Zupi just has to not die. Max is on his way to Castle Age. This happens so often in 3v3s. The only bad thing for Tyrant is that Jordan is behind on his side, but Viper doesn't need to create any more scouts. He will try and get to the next stage fast. And if you're Zupi, you got to protect yourself here. You can't branch out at all. And if that's the case, what does Doubt and Viper do? Well, they consider going straight to Max's base, and I think that's what they're going to go for. A nice tower from Zupi to protect his gold. Building a market to balance out his resources. Viper later to the Castle Age, but he's done a lot of damage there. It's so tough for me to find orange on this mini-map. I thought I saw orange units. Here they are. Jordan should find Valise's archers and push him away. And Max, he knows what's coming, so he's house walling up. There is a hole here. But luckily, Tyrant has come to this side. Max had to run away from his woodline over to this one. His woodlines can all be ranged by archers. But he is about to hit castle, and with that, he has lots of resources to make knights. So it's important for Finland now that Max's faster castle time pays off. Viper, being Malian's, probably the best civ to start with for him, especially as the safe pocket position. Malians get camels and knights, and let's not even talk about their other bonuses. They're a stronger civ than Turks. A micro war happening here, and Valise is just a couple seconds ahead of Jordan to castle. So Jordan, I thought he might be a bit rusty. No, he's definitely showing his skill. Is this stable going to go down? The stable's going to go down. Viper and Doubt taking out the stable from Max. So Max has had to rebuild the stable, but the knights are coming. Now Zupi's also on the way to Castle Age. He is ahead of Doubt. So maybe they're going to try and trap this army, but Doubt's running away, Viper's running away with his scouts. These scouts still have value if they can hit eco. Like, Valise is not full walled yet. In fact, the Lion's going to delay Valise's wall. Viper could get lucky and get a couple free kills there. So all in all, pretty close game still. Pretty close game, because Zupi didn't receive any more damage. Vil counts are even, or even-ish. Yeah, here comes Viper. Viper letting the Lion finish off the woman. Unbelievable. Quick walls from Valise. Valise will have to pull his army back. Protect from the scouts. And now we have the knights from Max with +2 defense and bloodlines. And soon to be crossbows and bodkin arrow for Zupi's archers. They're going to go right to Doubt. So this has been a really cool game. This has been a really cool game. Oh, Viper's gone light cav. A light cav. Good upgrade here, I think. This will at least keep Valise at home, but I don't see Viper getting in here. So it's 3 knights for Max, 2 knights for Viper. Viper has 1 more upgrade, but 1 less unit. And Doubt, he's going to get crossbow and bodkin. He has a lot more archers than Zupi does. And both Teutons and Khmer lack thumb rings, so their archers aren't going to be that strong. I think all the emphasis is going to be on the pocket once again. Now, what makes Tyrant really good is how much harassment they could put in, how much damage they could do while booming. And Jordan is so good at that himself. Now, interestingly enough, he's gone for thumb ring and ballistic, so he's going for all upgrades on crossbows and delaying his boom, which is the opposite of what I was going to predict for Jordan. On one hand, you can say that you might want to live with your advantage and then boom your economy up. On the other hand, you might think it's better to be aggressive with an advantage. See all the signaling, so they're communicating, saying, I'm here, Viper, I'm here, Doubt. And currently, Viper has 51 fills. Max is 51 fills. I mean, say what you want about the winner of this series, but Expert Age of Empires is something else. With all the things that could go wrong, look at the KD now. Pretty even. Look at the Vil count. Pretty even. Viper, in the end, it was a waste to research Lightcap, I think, but they can certainly accompany his knights, and he has a lot of them, and so does Max. Awesome game. Awesome freaking game here, guys. And, oh, remember, Jordan got Thumb Ring, and he has Ballistics. And he's taking this fight right next to Valise's base, and I think Valise notices, okay, his archers are firing faster. This is not good for me. Now, Doubt and Viper, they've run in this way. Doubt has more archers. Doubt's micro. I know it's a meme, right? But I think this could work out. You could see the trap coming in. Viper on the other side here. So both groups of knights are attacking the crossbows. The crossbows for Zupi attacking Doubt. Is this going to be good or bad for Finland? I mean, Finland is closer to this fight with reinforcements. Paying attention to the max numbers, I'm on his point of view. It seems very, very good, but then again, Viper also has strong numbers, and Viper has more upgrades. Keep in mind, this is all up in Zupi's business, all up in his economy, and Viper with the additional upgrades. I think the better micro, the way he microed that was better, because he had some knights on the crossbows from Zupi, and Teuton crossbows are weak. The Tyrant in the lead here as well. Still doable for Finland. But they don't seem to be winning these engagements too easily. Valise is just waiting here for Jordan to show up. And Jordan, again, with good team communication from Tyrant, he's going to run right to this wood line because he knows that it's walled. Or he could run to Max's wood line. Viper, now he's in a position where he either adds more stables, which he's doing, or he tries to get to Imp fast. And oh no, this has gone from bad to worse. I saw Valise delete a hole in the wall. I think he was trying to town center this wood. Jordan just happened to be here. A little bit of luck for Tyrant. I mean, Jordan might say it's intentional. It's one of those things like in a football match where you cross the ball and it goes into the goal. You say it was intentional, right? I don't know, but he's doing so well now. And the Thumb Ring was a good choice in the end because he's won multiple fights because of it. It's up to Finland to somehow bring this back, and to catch up in military, they would have to either produce a lot more in Castle Age than Tyrant does, or they would have to get to Imp faster and leave Zupi exposed. It makes it very tough in an expert team game to bring these games back, but Finland, of all teams, could do it. Well, Viper picking off the Mangonel. Viper also getting some free crossbow kills. Now seeing Max, and Max still lacking some numbers. And now another fight. Valise, he doesn't have the edge here. He has a little bit more HP, but he certainly does not have the edge. And now Doubt on the way to the Imperial Age. So let's compare this. Zupi, he has 250 food. Not even close to Imp. Doubt's on the way to Imp. Doubt's kill death ratio is strong. His Vil count is 66. He's gone up early here. I think he is just going to go for a strong Imperial Age push versus a big late game push. If you go up to Imp early, you sacrifice villager count. You sacrifice some of the resources you could use for other things in Castle Age. Oh man, guys, you see where Viper's Knights are. Look at the minimap. They're creeping in here. Let me go to Valise's point of view. He assumes that Viper's on the other side. So does Max. That's where Max is. Jordan's here. Valise is here. Valise, he can't delete his archer ranges. So he wants to run this way, and Viper has trapped him. Absolutely perfect timing. Tyrant on top of it here. Valise taking losses, and Max wondering, where do I go now? And now the funny thing is, Viper could just switch sides. Like after the early engagements, since Tyrant's ahead, they can afford to do this. Finland is left guessing on where to go. And Jordan now running in with this crossbows. Viper following. Max is going to Viper's base as Viper hits Imp. Or clicks to Imp, rather. Which is interesting. Viper might be under some pressure, but man, that is bad when you lose that many military units. And Jordan could afford to click up to Imp very soon now. I guess he's just gonna let Valise go there. No, he's not. Now let's see how much damage these knights do. Viper has 107 villagers, leading the game with that. Viper also with a lot of kills here. You can see he will lose some of these vills. Might be running towards Doubt's base. And the idea here is simply to delay Viper's Imperial Age push. Now this would have been perfect if Valise didn't have Viper and Jordan on top of him. And remember, now Bracer coming in for Doubt. So he's going to try and pressure Valise, and Valise is building a castle. This is... Oh wait, hold on. It said he was building a castle, didn't it? Is Zupi building a castle? Okay, we have to look away. Viper, his Vil count only went down to 97, and he added camels. So I think that this has been pretty good for him. I thought the overlay said Zupi was building a castle. I could be wrong there. Sorry about that. Well, Doubt, he has the advantage here. He can micro down Mangonels, even though he doesn't have Arbalest. He still has all the upgrades on these crossbows. And the issue with Turks is that... Well, Turks are good here. They still get camels, but it's just not as good as Malians. Malians can get Farimba if Viper builds a castle. Viper's going to hit him first. See Viper sending his knights over. I don't know who he will hit, but he could actually hit Max. And this is just so good for Tyrant. Jordan going to hit it before Valise. Valise took too much of a hit. And everything is in Tyrant's hands now. See, when you see someone teching into counter units like Pikemen, normally a bad sign. Now in this case, I guess Zupi doesn't have many other options as Teutons and Imp, but still, Max coming back in here. Now you see Doubt showing up with his crossbows going right to Max's base. Max is going to lose Vils. He had 115 before this attack came in. And yep, I think they just saw Jordan hit Imp. And they're going to call it GG. They know that Jordan has hit the Imperial Age before Valise is even clicked up. And they would not be able to come back. I think this whole game stemmed from the Feudal Age engagement with Viper and Max. And I'm glad I pointed that out. You never know how many scouts they're going to commit to. I think the safer approach is to create more scouts and maybe get an upgrade like Viper did. Max got Bloodlines, but then Viper got Bloodlines, added 3, 4, 5 more scouts and got Scale Barding Armor. And then Zupi fell behind, and in turn, it just all started falling apart from there. Because Tyrant got that lead, they could hit Max, and then after that, they could hit Valise, and that's what happens. That is what happens in 3v3s. Tyrant gets the first win. And let's look at the achievements, guys. A KD, very good for Jordan. In the end, it was good for Jordan to not boom first. He got Thumb Ring, which is expensive. It's 300 wood, 300 food, and ballistics. So we're talking about 400 plus wood, gold, and, well, 400 plus wood, 175 gold, and a ton of food into just upgrading those units that were already stronger than Valise, and there's the KD. Eco stats important. You can see that Max's boom was still exceptional, but Viper's military presence was felt heavier than Max's was. And we'll see what Finland switches up in the next game. I honestly think, you know, it's complicated with the Civ draft, but I honestly think that Tyrant had the best Civs there, by far. They had the best civs. Finland chose their weaker civs for game 1.